Hello and welcome to Oceanside Library's afternoon lecture, Native American Music in the 21st Century. Now like to introduce our presenter for today, Craig Harris. Take it away, Craig.
Indigenous people, shine your light, we are equal. I remember the days when our prayers were illegal. I remember the days when being Indian was lethal. Yeah, we had a rough past, but get ready for the sequel. Get ready for the glorious comeback of our people. Oh, yeah. Rise up, all you warriors of love, all you answers to the prayers of our ancestors from above. I can feel it in my heart. Can you feel it in your blood? I can hear the seventh fire calling us to wake up, wake up. All nations rise. Rise up, 'cause now's your time. We don't have to hide anymore, 'cause now's the time. All nations rise, rise up, 'cause now's your time. We don't have to hide anymore, 'cause now's the time. With forgiveness as my bow and my prayers as my arrows, pull them back and let go. I watch them fly like sparrows. Have hope. Yeah, I have hope. With compassion as my shield and faith down to my marrow, I will walk the pollen path even when it gets narrow. Yeah, yeah, I resurrect. Yes, you can bet that we seen the single mama raising children on the res. We seen domestic violence tear apart what we have left. We seen the alcohol take it all and leave us dead. We seen the children take their lives when they can't take the dread anymore. It's a war. Can't take the dread anymore. It's a war. No, we can't take the dread anymore. It's a war. No, we can't take the dread anymore. It's a war. Yeah. It's a war, but we've seen it all before. And now we know we can change it, 'cause that's why we were born. We know we are the ones that we have been waiting for. We are the ones Grandma has been praying for. So rise up, all you warriors of love, all you answers to the prayers of our ancestors from above. I can feel it in my heart. Can you feel it in your blood? I can hear the seventh fire calling us to wake up. Wake up. Pueblo hermoso, levántense, es nuestro tiempo. No tienes que esconderte más. Ahora es nuestro tiempo. Mujer indígena, tú eres tan sagrada. Traigas medicina de tu suelo todavía. A pesar del abuso de tu cuerpo y tu tierra, respetamos tus ancestros y la suya cultura. Hombre indígena, tú eres honorable y yo veo la fuerza que todavía sobrevive. A pesar del abuso de tu raza venerable, yo respeto tus ritos, tus danzas, tus padres. Somos guerreros del amor y guerreros de la paz y no vamos a escondernos más. Somos guerreros del amor y guerreros de la paz y no vamos a escondernos más. All nations
They say that history is written by the victors. But how can there be a victor when the war isn't over? The battle has only just begun, and Creator is sending his very best warriors. And this time, it isn't Indians versus cowboys. No, this time, it is all the beautiful races of humanity together on the same side, and we are fighting to replace our fear with love. And this time, bullets, arrows, and cannonballs won't save us. The only weapons that are useful in this battle are the weapons of truth, faith, and compassion.
Growing up, I knew that what they told you in school about Thanksgiving wasn't true.
That's not
True story. The true story behind Thanksgiving was after every killing of a whole village, these European settlers celebrated it, and they called it Thanksgiving. But it wasn't until Abraham Lincoln became president that it became an official holiday. He ordered 38 to put him on pretty much for war crimes. After this,
Good afternoon. I'm Craig Harris. I hope everybody can hear me. Good to see people here this afternoon. Thanksgiving's coming up in about a week, and we'll get into that a little bit. Let me tell you first who I am. I've been playing percussion, mostly congas, for most of my life. I started off as a young kid, about 8 years old. I've played with a couple of different bands. But I also wanted to know about music. And beginning in 1971, I started writing about music for magazines and newspapers. I just wanted to learn the language of music. Sometime about 25 years ago, I was writing for a national folk music magazine called Dirty Linen. And I prided myself on knowing a lot about music. In fact, I do a pretty eclectic radio show Friday evenings. This month, Native American month, we're playing all indigenous music from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. every Friday into Saturday. This week will be a very special show because it's the pre-Thanksgiving show. Well, the editor of Dirty Linen magazine handed me a stack of CDs, and they were powwow drum groups, and told me, why don't you write a review of these albums? And even though I prided myself on knowing a lot about music, I had to listen and listen and listen for about a month before all the differences between those albums became clear. Some groups sang in a high-pitched Southern style voice. Some powwow groups had women. Some powwow groups played what's called round dance songs, and part of it was in English. It was in native languages, mostly Cree, but they used vocal bowls. Those little sounds that aren't really words, but sort of like the Christmas tune, fa la 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 la. That's a vocal bowl. And I started doing an interview with drum group leaders. And as I started to get into it, I realized how wrong and how stereotypical I was. Native music wasn't just powwow drums, or even powwow drums and native wooden indigenous flutes. Powwow music, the solid quarter notes and the solid heartbeat of the drum, which goes back to Mother Earth, that's at the heart of most American music. A lot of American music isn't polyrhythmic like from Africa. And it's not symphonic and orchestral the way that European music was. It was a solid beat. When I wrote my book, Bluegrass, Newgrass, Old Time and Americana Music, the originator of bluegrass, Bill Monroe, had that solid beat on his mandolin. And it wasn't European and it wasn't African, but it was distinctly American. And I wrote a book realizing that there's native blues and native rock and native jazz and native classical music. And there was native symphonic music and native opera and native country music. And the list went on and on and on. And you have American artists like Hank Williams, has Muskogee Creek blood in him. Elvis Presley's great-great-great-grandmother was full-blood Cherokee. Rita Coolidge's Cherokee. The first woman who sang with a big band jazz group, Mildred Bailey, was called grew up on the reservation in Wisconsin. So it goes very, very deep. And then then I came out with this book, Heartbeat, Warble, and the Electric Powwow. Came out 4 years ago. And in there, I tried to trace from the tribal fires all the way up to the modern sounds of 4 years ago. And during this pandemic, I have a book that I had finished in March, and it'll be out in the spring, entitled Crossing Borders. It's the autobiography of Max Bacher, the Bajo sexto player and leader of the Grammy-winning Los Tex Maniacs. And we finished the book. It'll be out on the University of New Mexico Press in the spring. I want to say a prayer for Max. Max this week came down with COVID-19 and pneumonia. I spoke to his nephew, Josh Bacher, yesterday. Max is on oxygen. I say a prayer for him, and I say a prayer for everybody in Native American country. And I say a prayer for all of us. Well, during that pandemic, a publisher said, why don't you write another book about American Indian music? And I didn't want to write the same book. So I just made a list of all the Native Americans who have won the big awards, the Native American Music Award, the NAMMYs over the past 4 years, the Juno up in Canada, the Grammy, the Polaris Prize for Music up in Canada. And I wound up doing 48 very interesting interviews with some of the biggest artists. And I saw that there was something happening that wasn't happening when I finished Heartbeat, Warble, and the Electric Powwow 4 years ago. I noticed it when I was doing library programs after my book came out. A couple months after it was published, the Standing Rock protests started happening in South Dakota on the reservation. Up in Canada, the I Don't Know More movement was starting to happen. And it's been told to me that more important than it all was that Native Americans on the reservation were able to get cell phone and internet coverage. And the social media meant that they were connected and they did not need to break into the musical mainstream any longer. They no longer had to play the game. And it's resulted in an incredible renaissance of great music. Well, rather than talk about it, rather than talk about it, let me show you what some of Native Americans, America's greatest artists are creating right now. Sit back and enjoy, take this exploration and learn and be introduced some amazing musical artists. Enjoy.
We've been fighting for our freedom since the Nina and the Pinta and the Santa Maria. Stand up. Like Geronimo, Sitting Bull, Red Cloud, Crazy Horse, Leonard Peltier. Stand up. Now they poisoning the waters for our sons and our daughters, so we on the frontier. One nation, one cause, one people, one tribe. Now it's us against the pipeline. Not about you or me, or push and pull competition. Let's cut the strings, music, all or nothing. Nations as it speaks, when we stand together, we shall overcome. We can, we will, we are strong together. We can, we will, we are strong together.
we sell our money? How do we sell the stars? How do we sell the air? Crazy horse, we hear what you say.
He's 5'2" and he's 6'4". He fights with missiles and with spears. He's all 31 and he's only 17. He's been a soldier for 1,000 years.
And the blankets were those Uncle Sam had collected from smallpox, disease, dying soldiers that day. And the tribes were wiped out, and the history books censored. 100 years of your statesmen have felt it's better this way. Yet a few of the conquered have somehow survived.
There's power and freedom in the spirit of the wind.
In every clan, the elders to a person understood a sacred plan and shared a common truth, one truth to understand. The spirit of the people is equal to the power of the land.
voices thundering, they once again back to a place where our hearts and souls belong. I'm 1,000 dreams away from my reservation road. 1,000 dreams away from that reservation road. It was a good life and memories, and we called it home. Ain't a matter of race or creed, just a matter of natural rights. It's clean water and the right to live should never be sacrificed. From the land of God, my father sits a spirit camp where warriors gather and pray for the land, and there they make their escape. Clap everybody. Travel the whole world over and try and catch me and pray. Our people dying out here every day. This is life, is what they try to say. But I know what they want. Something we all adore, something worth dying for. Stuck in this game with nothing but pain.
The Native Americans band together to fight against the Dakota Access Pipeline, 'cause they knew, they knew. Now looky here, oh looky here, 210,000 gallons of oil is leaking. When will we see? When will we see?
Oh, day after day. Feels like a runaway train going round and round in circles in my mind. How will we cross this great divide between the earth and the sky, between our hearts and our minds, between you and I? Let's leave a better world behind. No war, no hunger, just peace of mind. Just mankind, we are one. You and I, no great divide. Just the feeling I was waiting for. I know you're talking, but to shut you out. Blacked out on something out of nowhere, and we're not even worried about it.
ground. Skies have gone from blue to gray. Help us now, oh God, we pray. Wait and wait and wait. Watch this silent war. Now we must stand idle no more. That's all I can do is pray. Take my love, I say Jesus, I say Jesus. Take my love, I say Jesus, I say Jesus.
Give me time. Give me one more reason, one more season alive. This green world won't last forever. And I'm making better, yes, I'll make it better for my babies. And I see you, I feel the falling star. You're waiting so long, I'm leaving, love in your heart.
I'm going there to see my mother. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm just a going over Jordan. I'm just a going over home.
Oh Lord, have your way. Lord, have your way in this place. Oh, God. Oh Father, come have your way in this place. Oh, oh,
She était un jour appelée, chez Zedje, un jour dans Shadow. She came un jour dans Shadow, she came un jour dans Shadow.
rising through the flood. Brother stands is this tomb. I am right here next to you. Won't give up, won't let go. As waters rise through the storm. There's a heartbeat, louder than thunder. Revolution is in the air. There's a heartbeat deep inside our mother. Are you too cool to care? Be on my side, I'll be on your side, baby. There is no reason for you to hide.
girl. I helped my mother with the chores. Then I would go to the river to swim. We'd play tag and swing on a swing. I love to feel the hot summer heat. Couldn't stand shoes upon my feet. I am the youngest of 14. I am a rich girl, can't you see?
Alright, it's funny looking back, days were sunny. You kept me smiling even though we didn't have the money that other families did. Somehow you made it happen. I promised mom that I'm gonna do it with this rapping. You took me everywhere, my cap in my backpack. 20 years later, now I'm rapping in snapbacks. Rocking a long braid, we came a long way. You kept me on the red road away from the wrong way. Forever I'm grateful for the life you gave. Tears that we cried, sacrifice you made.
All I've ever demanded, all I've ever fought for, all I've ever been shot for, all I've ever been stabbed and beaten for, or thrown in jail or prison for, is to ask and demand, any way, shape, or form, that the United States of America live up to its own laws.
Identity, searching in bottles of whiskey. I've seen my elders pass out under oak trees. Hairspray and methamphetamine feed their arteries. Empty memories shield the future possibilities. As suicidal tendencies tend to plague the youth at a teen age. In teen pregnancy, we say leaves babies with no fathers these days. And our ways are forgotten. Trading moccasins for N7s with Jordan socks that are cotton.
These are the ones listening right now, struggling, feel like giving it right now. I pray for you, pray that you come back home. I pray that you understand that you're never alone. I pray for the single mothers and the deadbeat dads. Drop the kids off and go party gets me mad. So I pray for peace and pray for change. Keep on praying when everything stays the same. And I pray for the pastors and all of the churches and those who cry like song following hearses. I pray for you, pray for the sick and the poor. Pray for the rich man who don't give to the Lord. And I pray for wisdom and I pray for power. And I pray for being ready in the final hour. And I pray for those who keep judging ministry. And I pray for my friends and my enemies.
Young native, you are my savior. So you're ready for our inspiration. From the block to your reservation. Any color, all my relations. From the basement, worldwide invasion. Every day we're painting our faces. Fighting back but learning our language. Dancing our dances, saying our prayers.
Teach us so that we'll understand. And those who remind us so that we won't forget our origin.
What color do we all bleed? Yeah, we shouldn't drink, but we do. And that's just what it is. Doesn't mean you can crack jokes because you got Indian friends. Wanna be a redskin? That word originated from murder and genocide. So when I hear it, it ignites a spiritual fire inside. It's not a word that honors any of us. That's just something they say to pretend they rocking with us. Nah, you're right. I wasn't there fighting any soldiers physically, but that don't mean I'm not affected by the genocidal history. The boarding school children that died by Christianity, the survivors that got away, but not with the sanity. That shit gets to me. Where's the humanity?
Back up on the microphone, you're #1 native. I do it for the people, so no matter what they saying, G, no matter what they playing, B, no matter what we facing, we make it, we take it, remake it, then lace it. Our eyes are so ancient, yeah. Hair is so long, skin is so brown, spirit so strong, yeah. She is so smart. I am not worthy, so where do I start? Yeah.
This circus to hold it, I drop the hatchet. You won't forget to say, prepare me for a long battle. I am a witness, circus to hold it, I drop the hatchet. You won't forget to say, when I shall see nothing but trouble. You must make peace with them gods and the devil. I believe you, but I am not settled. I didn't speak in them birth of them bubbles. We are the ones even waiting to rumble. I touch my enemies out with the candle. Music the weapon, make empires crumble. We bring the bakers and wealthy to tremble. We know is what we're holding. Can't be too careful. She flaming arrows, hitting them wicked, burning them bridges. Ahead what we know is what we
happy to care for some flaming heroes, lifting them wicked, burning them bridges. Got to make it to this powwow tonight. 249 down by the riverside. For sugar, riding in my Indian car. Hey, I've got to make it to this powwow tonight. 249 down by the riverside. For sugar, riding in my Indian car. Hey, looking for my sugar in my Indian car. 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 Hey,
Well, as you can see, a lot of different music coming out of Native America. Let's see if I can get myself back to you.
Just click that little video button on the bottom left. Start video.
I don't have it here.
Oh, there you go. Oh, wait, that's Nora. Sorry. You finished sharing your screen, right? You're not sharing your screen?
Right, and I've lost the controls.
Oh, minimize the screen and bring it back. Sometimes it's just a glitch.
Here we go, here we go. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with me.
Oh, that's okay, Craig. It happens to all of us.
And let's see if I can get myself back here.
There you are.
There we go. Thank
Perfect.
you, everybody. Okay. When I was interviewing Buffy St. Marie for my first book, Heartbeat, Warble, and the Electric Powwow, during that time, she told me, you know, most people think all the Indians died at Wounded Knee. And that was back in 1890. And at the Philadelphia Folk Festival a few years ago, they hired me to interview Buffy St. Marie at their culture tent. And I had a chance to ask her what she meant by that. And she said, you know, when she was back in school, when she was back in school in September, they would learn about the dinosaurs. In October, they would learn about the planets in the solar system. Comes November, they would learn about pilgrims and Indians. And that was the last time she heard about Indians until she got to graduate school. And as you can see, this music is alive. These people are alive. What I learned in doing the 48 interviews was that every one of those 48 people not only are tied culturally to a tradition, but they are distinct individuals with distinct personalities and distinct life paths and ways of looking at the life. I wanted to look a little bit more at some of the people who are really making music important now. The reason that I named my book Heartbeat, Warble, and the Electric Powwow was that a tribe called Red came out of Ottawa, Canada, and they incorporated powwow drum bands and that music into electronica dance music.
Wow.
And they swept in Native America to where everybody is influenced by what they're doing. And it's light years. It brought everything from the museum shelf all the way up to the concert stage. And that's creating a big difference. So I wanted you to more fully experience some of this music. So enjoy the next film.
missionaries never hid their perspective. Perspectives of land would rather see us disappear. Recyclable prayers. The people, the people, the people, the people. This is my body which is given for you. The people, but this is my blood. The people, the people. We are not a conquered people.
We can, we will, we are strong together. No, 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 no. It wasn't always perfect. Nothing ever is. Seems like it's been forever since it all began. My hand extends to yours. Halfway, a dangerous kind of silence. We shadow the sun.
strong together. Compassion's not a weakness, not about you or me, or push and pull confrontation. Let's cut the strings, is it all or nothing? Nothing's as it seems when we stand together. We shall overcome, we can, we will, we are strong together. 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 Shot down the leg, pushed down, tumbled around and got shot down the leg, pushed down, tumbled around and got shot down the leg, pushed down, tumbled around and got shot down. In this together. Together, we can, we will, we are strong together. 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 We can, we will, we are strong together.
In every nation, in every clan, the elders to a person understood a sacred plan and shared a common truth, one truth to understand. The spirit of the people is equal to the power of the land. The mother of us all, the sacred Mother Earth, is constant in her giving and perpetual in her birth. In meadows and in fields where weeds and flowers grow, she conceives the summer showers and spawns the winter snows.
In forests and in mountains, she gives the birds that fly every type of wind, and coaxes the wind to join in harmony when they begin to sing. In brooks and streams and rivers as they flow, she generates the dreams and makes the fires glow. And in every creature, whether large or small, she buries gems of wisdom in them all.
And in every grain of sand, she plants the knowledge of the power of the land. And in every blade of grass, the earth has answers to every question asked. And those that honor her creations, acknowledge her grand design. She gives templates of the sacred, the patterns of the divine, and then with certain knowledge, this to understand that the spirit of the people is equal to the power of the land.
In forests and mountains, she gives the birds that fly every type of wing, then coaxes the wind to join in harmony when they begin to sing. In brooks and streams and rivers as they flow, she generates the dreams and makes the fires glow. And in every creature, whether large or small, she buries gems of wisdom in them all.
They call it a pipeline, but those on the front line.
Okay, can you hear me again?
Yes, I can hear and see you.
Terrific. As you can see, it's a very, very exciting culture right now. One of the most exciting groups is a group that call themselves Mag 7. And they're composed of some of the more important native hip hoppers. If you've seen the movie Indian in the Cupboard, the Walt Disney film, you may remember it was about a toy Indian that came to life. That toy Indian is an actor named, his real name is Gary Davis. He's an Eastern Cherokee, but he uses the name Lightfoot. And he wasn't the first Native American hip hopper, but he was the first Native American to use the form of hip hop in a way to speak for and to Native American youth. Well, Mag 7 has people like Dreezus, PJ Vegas, who is Pat Vegas of Redbone's son. Taboo is in that group. Superman, he spells his name Supaman. And they've done a couple of really amazing videos. So let's sit back for a minute and let's share and experience these. This is Mag 7.
Know that black snake was sent for us to grow, to shed the skin our ancestors pray, of wounds old and calloused, so that we may stay, so that we may unite, unity our tool. No weapons are found in this court of rule. Men becoming ki'ais, steadfast in their guard, protecting women's hearts as their song become roots, roots to cast out healing for all sentient beings, to honor sacred mother, heart forward we heal. The salmon will run, the mountain will breathe, the rivers will flow. The rainbow is here, and prophecy tells us all generations will hear.
Stand up with the First Nations and our people that been living here for thousands of years. Stand up. We've been fighting for our freedom since the Nina and the Pinta and the Santa Maria. Stand up. Like Geronimo, Sitting Bull, Red Cloud, Crazy Horse, Leonard Peltier. Stand up. Now they poisoning the waters for our sons and our daughters, so we on the frontier. We one nation, one cause, one people, one tribe. Now it's us against the pipeline. Get on your feet for Standing Rock, and we'll show you how strong we could be when we unify.
To all my native people, recognize yourself, keep your head up. To all my tribal people, recognize yourself, keep your head up. To all my native people, to all the original people, to all my indigenous people, recognize yourself, keep your head up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up.
From the beginning, we was winning this game on planet Earth. It's been spinning. We've been living and dying, but giving birth the first of many nations. Celebrating them days when all that got made came after what God made. These days, we cater to these internet memes, internet streams. It seems them streams aren't clean. I mean, we need the whole story seen where gasoline before water has gasoline in it. Malcolm X moment. Martin Luther King with a dream and war boning. Wounded knee plus Alcatraz dogs on it. This is for the rock with prayers we stand on it.
Oh yeah, we playing on it. The earth we camp on it. In a sweat lodge singing our songs with grandfathers. Heat rocks all in the spot. We splash on them with a beatbox from my boy. We jam on it. Said a prayer for the black snake killers. Playing on the front lines, they you're the realest. Stand for your people. Stand for your family. Stand with Standing Rock. Stand for humanity. Hey.
It takes a group of people who actually care about Mother Earth and life and water being sacred and the land being sacred to say, we stand up.
To all my native people, recognize yourself, keep your head up. To all my tribal people, recognize yourself, keep your head up. To all my native people, to all the original people, to all my indigenous people, recognize yourself, keep your head up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up.
Evil label of fog, there are weapons again. Chikatala, Dagula, Dawa, the Shutala, you look the lock, oh Chitala.
Mini Wachoni, water is life.
Mini Wachoni.
Water is life.
Water is life. Water is life.
Water is life.
I stand with Standing Rock.
I stand with Standing Rock.
I stand with Standing Rock. Stand up. Stand up.
Stand up. Stand up.
I stand with Standing Rock. Stand up.
To all my native people,
woke up the giant, we won't go quiet.
to all my tribal people,
Don't mistake our peace as we stand defiant.
to all my native people,
It's the calm before the storm, and I can hear it coming.
to all my tribal people.
I'm ready for the battle, and we ain't running.
Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. One world, one people, one tribe, one tribe. What I know, we are one. What I know, no, we are one.
It all starts with the people. One people, we stand all together. One voice saying yes, we can. Each
one, reach one till we pull ourselves up, cause we all one fam. From the rest of the block to the prairie to the rock, we connect that love. Cause the people with power feel the power of the people when we stand as one.
I got you stuck off the realness. We be indigenous, you heard of us. Max stepped in the murderers, spreading the love with the water and learned to understand they get sick, gotta know what the purpose is. We ride, the climate is changing, signs of the times. It's time to start praying, pray for the world and community. Prayers are more powerful when we're in unity.
Wanna know, we are one. What I know, we are one.
Woke up today, hungry for a change, new path to take. Can't stay the same, it's been too long. Pointing out who's right or wrong, can you hear me out? All we need is a little bit of love. Take time to heal and it starts with us. Hand in hand, I put my trust. In one world, reunite, it's a must. Hold on to hope, we can overload. We can break the code with a single note. Sing out for the world to hear that our time is now, no more for tears. I looked into my son's eyes, a new day in a new light. Lift the violin, dwell so peaceful. Come together, one world, one peace.
What I know, we are one. What I know, we are one. It's who you are, it's who I am. We all bleed the same blood, yeah.
We got beautiful differences. Let me give you a peek. Over 500 tribes, but we all unique. And if we could not compete to eat, nothing could beat us. Jealousy is more dangerous than diabetes. See this unity? Imagine what it looked like. You would think we would do whatever it took, right? I would do anything for this good life. We can do anything if we unite.
Young native, you are my savior. So you're rare for our inspiration. From the block to your reservation. Any color, all populations. From the basement worldwide invasion. Every day we're painting our faces. Fighting back but learning our language. Dancing our dances, saying our prayers.
What I know, we are one. What I know, we are one. We only got one word. We only got one word. We only got one word. Yeah. All we got is one voice, one choice, one worth, one love, one birth, one life to live. One life to live, yeah.
One people, we stand all together, one voice saying yes we can. Each one, reach one till we pull ourselves up, cause we all one fam. From the rest of the block to the prairie to the rock, we connect that love. Cause the people with power feel the power of the people when we stand as one.
What I know, we are one. What I know, we are one.
Resilience, such an important thing. There we go. Resilience, such an important thing. We're going through such a tough time. These people have gone through 500 years of atrocities, and they still sing with such joy and such power. Well, I'm glad we're here together this afternoon. I so miss being live and in person and sharing time with you. But this is a good way to spend an afternoon. And I thank you. I wish you all a very good Thanksgiving. Um, Tune in. There was a question about where we should find music like this. And unfortunately, it's not that easy. The mainstream keeps a lot of this out. You may want to join one of the Indigenous and Native American Facebook clubs, and music gets around that way.
Craig, I also, during your program, I have this Spotify app, which is an app that has a wide variety of genres of music. And I did plug in Native American music, and a few playlists came up, so they can also find it there.
I have a playlist on Spotify called Heartbeat, Warble, and Electric Powwow, the name of that book.
Oh,
And it
wonderful.
has something like 15 hours of pretty powerful music.
There you go. So that's definitely a playlist you can tune into. Also, another question was, what resources do you recommend to learn about Indigenous music or Indigenous cultures in general? Like you were speaking about how some of us just stopped learning about it in elementary school. I myself was one of those kids. So where can we learn more about this?
It's out there, but it's you gotta dig. It's not this music is not aimed at the mainstream audience anymore, although the mainstream would do wonders embracing it, but they don't care anymore. They got the word through social media, so they're playing music for themselves, regardless of whether you or I get to hear it or not. It's a whole different kind of spectrum. Um, the best thing that I would recommend anybody is tune into my radio show, which is on bluegrasscountry.org, 10 o'clock tomorrow night to 1 o'clock. And also next week, I'm playing all modern Indigenous music. And it's a good way to hear further who these people are and how vital this music is. I'm
Craig,
also,
can you just repeat the times again? I wrote it on the chat, bluegrasscountry.org. What were the times?
it's 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. But here's a secret. Well, not so much of a secret. The show is archived for the next 2 weeks.
Great.
So if you really want to find more about this music, go back to the last 2 Fridays when I started this Native American month, and it was very easy to fill 12 hours of exciting music that I believe everybody should really hear. I also recommend my book, Heartbeat, Warble, and the Electric Powwow, which introduces, I did something like 60 interviews for that book. And that's available on my website, drumawaytheblues.com.
Drumawaytheblues.com.
And then there's a tab on the top that says Heartbeat. If you hit that, then you'll be able to get one of the last copies of that book. I have a new book. I signed with an agency, a literary agency out of Montreal, the Robert Lecker Agency, and we're in the process of marketing my new book, which is entitled Rise Up, Voices of Indigenous Music of the 21st Century. So there's a lot happening. There's going to be places to find it. I didn't think it was such a secret, but hopefully it'll stop being such a secret now that the word is out.
Yes, wonderful. And also for more resources, everyone, you can check out your local library. If you're an Oceanside resident, I'm sure we have books upstairs in our nonfiction section. So make sure to call in and ask a librarian. If you don't want to come into the library, we can certainly put together a curbside pickup for you. And if we don't have anything, we could get it from other libraries for you.
I'd like to finish with a song that isn't a Native American tune. I've been doing libraries now going on a dozen years, and I've done programs. I have a program on the early days of rock and roll, and I just developed another program, Songs of Freedom and Struggle that'll be debuting in February. But this one song has been common to all my programs. And like I said, it's not a Native American song per se, but it has that feeling and the spirit of Native America and a spirit that we all should carry over. Thank you all for being here. I hope to see you listening on tomorrow night or onto the archives. Thank you. I hope to see you all in person again. Stay safe. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And let's go out with this one last video. If I can get back.
You have to click share screen again.
Yeah, I know, but I got. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay.
I will be thankful for the things that we do and say. Thankful for the friends, thankful for the family, glad to be together on Thanksgiving Day. On the edge of season here in late November, autumn nearly over and winter in the air, we have good reason to pause and remember the blessings that we share. We are thankful for the food, thankful for the company, thankful for the things that we do and say. Thankful for the friends, thankful for the family, glad to be together on Thanksgiving Day. Let us remember those gone before us, the ones with brain and strength and might, showed us the way, laid it before us, turned the darkness into light. Thankful for the food, thankful for the company, thankful for the things that we do and say. Thankful for the friends, thankful for the family, glad to be together on Thanksgiving Day. Let us imagine those still in waiting, the ones who look so open-eyed, those who one day rise before us strong and proud, prepared to guide. Thankful for the food, thankful for the company, thankful for the things that we do and say. Thankful for the friends, thankful for the family, glad to be together on Thanksgiving Day. May the way that we treat others be the measure of our worth. May our memory be a blessing on the future of this earth. Thankful for the food, thankful for the company, thankful for the things that we do and say. Thankful for the friends, thankful for the family, glad to be together on Thanksgiving Day. We are thankful for the food, thankful for the company, thankful for the things that we do and say. Thankful for the friends, thankful for the family, glad to be together on Thanksgiving Day. We are glad to be together on Thanksgiving Day.
A friend of mine sang a song called Mama, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. And I began to think of a song for Indian people. But you know, the more I thought of good words, the more I began to think of broken treaties, broken promises, broken homes. Names like Shivington, Jackson, and Custer started running through my mind. And I said, Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be Indians. I thought of the long walk of the Navajos, the Trail of Tears, 500 years of Columbus. And I said, Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be Indians. And I thought of the many books that told lies about our people, Hollywood movies that destroyed so many dreams. I thought of places like Sand Creek, fallen timbers, wounded knee. And I said, Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be Indians. Then I began to think of our ancestors like Chief Joseph, Seattle, Crazy Horse, and Geronimo, and their dreams and what they lived for. And I said, Mama, let your babies grow up to be Indians. And my heart began to swell with pride as I saw Jim Thorpe and Billy Mills in the Olympics. And in the distance, I saw the longest walk across America. And I said, Mama, let your babies grow up to be Indians. Then I felt the spirituality and strength of our people, the ceremonies, the elders, the women. I saw the Sundance and the cottonwood tree. I smelled the sweetgrass and the sage that purifies our people. I saw Leonard Peltier and freedom. I heard the many drums and singers and watched the gracious beauty of our dancers. And I said, Mama, make sure your babies grow up to be Indians. Make sure.
Thank you so much, Craig. That was a wonderful presentation. And I hope everyone has a wonderful Thanksgiving and a safe and healthy one. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And thank Oceanside. And keep it wonderful for me. I'll be back.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you, Craig. Have a good day, everyone.
Thanks. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.